Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. Man, you got to be tough. I'll tell you that right now. I'm driving through Houston, and I'm 50 miles from Houston. It's all the way out here, man. I got my defrogger on. The fog is in the air. The defroster's on. That's causing something. I smell smoke. And turn that defogger off. Yeah, what's going on here? Look at the windshield's getting wet. Anyway, sorry I don't have the mic on because there's no way I can put all that together driving down this road. Man, it's getting bad. Look. You won't believe what I went through. Hang on. There was a bunch of construction, and this is a real wide part right here. This is awesome. But man, I hope I don't run into any more construction. Look, I don't think I'm going to be able to get through Houston. It's getting foggier. This is nuts. Well, I know I'm not going to be able to video and talk. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. Terrified Tim.
There's no visibility reported ahead.
Yeah, limited visibility reported ahead. I'm telling you, folks, whose idea was this? It's a lot earlier than 2 in the morning, like I talked about. I didn't want to wake up real sleepy. So it's about 7 o'clock when I took off from the rest area I was at. And so far the traffic is moving. I did go through some construction again where I had those concrete barriers right up against me and on the other side. And these semis just go right by you like it's 4 lanes wide. I can barely see now. This is incredible. More fog. Jeez. So Houston is still many miles away, although it's quite busy where I'm at. That's it. I gotta slow down here. I can't see. How do these people drive so fast in this fog? Man, my eyesight must be really bad. This is awful. I'd rather be in 5 o'clock bumper to bumper traffic. This has been one heck of a day. I'll laugh at it, down the road if I can get through it safely. I just park over here in a slow lane. I got those lights all over the back of the trailer, LEDs up top. Look at this guy. Look at that. Man, he ain't scared. I'm doing 52. Now look, it's clear. Praise God. Man, I can't take fog. That's what it looks like out of my eyes already with the glaucoma. Now I got double fog. I'm sorry, folks, I don't have the mic on. There's a lot of contraptions you got to put on the phone. So, if there's droning or tire noise or whatever, I'm so sorry. I like to bring you guys good audio. I have a pin dropped on the Google Maps on the other side of Houston on I-10, and to get to that point, all the way across that city, I still have 64 miles to go. And I haven't even gotten into the city yet. You look at the maps and you see Houston's and Atlanta's and LAs and all these things. And, you know, they have a bigger couple of lines on these maps than these smaller cities, but you really have no idea unless you've been there. It goes on forever. I mean, there's no telling how many square miles that has been built. And you guys know how I complained about the freeway conditions on 20 and 40. Well, let me tell you, they are busy building them everywhere, especially in these big cities, all in one spot. I mean, all in one shot. The entire city is under construction. It's almost like apocalyptic. I tried to explain it today. It's hard to put in words. San Antonio, the perimeter circle that goes around the outside of the city, is completely under construction. And it's just horrible because the little piece of road they give you to drive on, there's big giant holes and dips. If you go kind of fast with a trailer, it's going to come out of control, or everything on that trailer is going to pop out. It isn't tied down. Yeah, 2 in the morning would have been, here's another Buc-ee's. Should we get off? Get a cup of coffee? Speaking of which, shout out to Eric and Joanne. Leanne, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Eric and Leanne in Tennessee, and Tat Man, and others that have helped sponsor me with a few cups of coffee and a couple of dollars for some gas. Thank you so much, everyone, for helping out. It certainly does help. I really appreciate it. It'll come back to you. I pray it will. I know it will. Always comes back to me. And I'll get myself a cup of coffee soon when I get out of this mess with cream. No, I'm not going to do... There's a Buc-ee's over there on the left. I'm not going to do cowboy coffee unless I was forced to. I will drink coffee. But if I have my druthers, I don't want to take the phone out of the holder up there and show you, but Buc-ee's is over here on the left. Good Lord. There must be 200 gas pumps. Wow. They got the non-ethanol, ethanol. I saw something about, what are those diesel trucks take? Something called, whatever. It's a big outfit, Buc-ee's. That was the first time I've been in one in a long time today. Bet you guys didn't expect it. I've never been to one outside of Florida. Something unique about those down there. These are like that one right back there, right in the middle of all of this cluster of stuff. And they still got a big place. Yeah, you don't even see the skyline yet because you're nowhere near it. So I made my salmon tonight. I had it last night as well. It was all I had to eat. And I opened up a can of pork and beans. But I cooked it in the pan with some butter. And I love salmon. It was that real red, pink, wild caught salmon. I got it maybe almost 2 weeks ago. It's been in the freezer. There were 2 fillets in each package, and it made a perfect meal last night and tonight. for my belly. No more peanuts. And then I had the pork and beans. Katie Mills. I think that's the name of the little community or town here. Oh, it's starting to get busy now, isn't it? People are out all, this is like Vegas. They're out all night. There's an outdoor world. Ride with me a little bit longer and check this out. We're gonna be, oh man, that's a big outdoor world over there. I just can't take the phone out of the holder and pan around and show you. Nope, no can do. Oh, I'm yawning. I don't know what time it is. I think it's 8:18 or something. Slow it down a little bit more. Let me take these little turns. They can just go around. I'm doing like 52 now, 51. I can go, if I go nice and easy like this, I mean, I don't want to go 40 miles an hour, get run over, but you come through here, take a look over there. Look at all that stuff. Can you see it? Let me clean the windshield real quick. Hopefully that helped a little. I can't even look with my eyeballs over there. All I want to do is focus right in front of me. I think I'd like to get over one more lane, but maybe I'll just sit right here. Not a ton of cars. Well, I'll tell you what, if you can't make a living here, if you can't find a job, I should say, just think of all the jobs that have to take care of all of this. My goodness. That's why you have all these cars, one person per car going to work, to go in those little cubicles, those little doors there of all those businesses, and ready to take care of you when you come in. That's a lot of people. You know, as a retired person, you don't look at opportunities or places like this with interest anymore. You want to avoid this. This is like, see this here, the Spaghetti Junction? That's what they call it in Atlanta. All those bridges going every which way, if you can see it. That's what was going on in San Antonio, but there were no completions. They were just sticking in the sky, each one with an ending, no connection. It's like they started everything and then an apocalypse happened and there it laid, half built. I didn't see anybody working. Well, fortunately 10 does go like straight as an arrow through downtown. I mean the heart of downtown, and right on out. There is no getting on those bridges like back there and looping around. Guess I can pick it up a little bit more. There's no fog, and I'll run with the big dogs here about double nickel. You hear that baby Zilla kick in? She's a good girl. I'll tell you what, this machine has been very good. I forget I got that big old box back there. I was sitting in it an hour and a half ago, or an hour ago, watching TV with the slide out. And now it's all hooked up. Well, it's stayed hooked up, but I mean, it's dragging behind me. My whole life is in that. Carrying everything I got with me. And this Super Crusher is pulling it just fine. Why aren't these people at home getting ready for bed? Go back to these prison jobs tomorrow. What are they doing out here? I meant to make a video at this rest area. You won't believe what I saw. I got lazy and didn't video it. I'm sure they would have said no problem. Okay, I pulled up next in the semi area of the truck stop. I go over to where the trucks go, because they got long parking spaces, and I got about 47 feet here. So I pull in. I got a nice spot where there's grass on the left, where I can put my slide out, and I had plenty of room to put my stairs out. And there's a guy already there in his semi, and all of a sudden this truck pulls up with two gentlemen. They got a compressor and all kinds of hoses and stuff on the back. Turns out the semi had a flat, and he limped his way into the rest area there, and he was called these guys, and they came. And these guys, you won't believe how fast. They took bottle jacks and jacked up the very back of the trailer, of which he had a tremendous heavy load on. And they used two bottle jacks. And when they got it up, they had this, you know, those air guns they use to take the lug nuts off, like your truck or your car. Well, they had one that looked like a jackhammer, a real long one. And it had, you know, it was air compressed. And it was about 15 lug nuts on one of those trailers on those semis. And he pulls that wheel off, and he puts down a little piece of rubber on the asphalt. And I missed how he got the tire off. No machine. They just literally, when they take the valve stem out and deflate the tire, they can beat the tire down, break the bead, and use a crowbar, big old heavy crowbar, and they took out a bucket of this waxy grease with a paintbrush, and they painted the inside part of the tire and threw the new one on there, and he jumped on it with his knees, and he kept jumping on it all the way around and pushed it down onto the rim, but it was giving him a hard time. So he goes and grabs this big sledgehammer that has like an axe end on it, but it wasn't sharp, and he hits the tire on the inside, hard to explain, and then it went down on it. And then he had his buddy pour this bottle of water around the bead as they aired it up to make sure it wasn't leaking, and then, you know, double checking themselves. And then I skipped a part. When he took the tire off, just after he took it off, the loudest crash, and I was watching it at the same time, the trailer crashed down. One of the bottle jacks gave way, and that baby ragdolled, man. And that guy could have had his head in there or his arm in there getting that tire off. It was loud and scary, very dangerous. But they got it back on, and I saw a couple little tricks they did there to wedge the tire from the road underneath with a crowbar to get it on the, it's dual wheels, so he had to get it on. Fortunately, it was an outside wheel too. Anyway, took that big old air thing again with those lug nuts, put it on there, and the guy was on his way, and those two guys in that truck just drove off. Their truck was all beat up, banged up, big old noisy compressor on the back. Everything was greasy. They were greasy. Tire guys, you know. Looks like we're getting into Houston. 52 miles to go. I won't keep you that long, believe me. But as you can see, it's getting a little bit more metropolitan looking. In fact, I can't even talk and drive at the same time. This is going to take my attention, so I'll go ahead and get rid of this one. Look at these car dealers. Look how many cars they got. They ain't got no shortage of cars now. Look at all these cars. Hyundai dealer, one dealer after the next. And all these buildings. This is some mecca. I've never been to New York, but you know, this is huge. And Dallas is up the road. Fort Worth, they got it too. Every single window is a business and requires multiple people to work in there. So you can imagine the crowded area that this is. Where to park all the cars, where people live. Oh my. It's mind-boggling. This is just one city in the whole U.S. Oh, don't be pulling in front of me, buddy. Don't you do it. You can think about it, but don't you do it. That's the advantage of having these trailer brakes on the trailer. When I hit the brake, the camper brakes too. That guy was just crawling. That's why everybody slowed down back there. I'm going to move over here to this lane, and I'm going to end this video. Maybe I'll put another clip on there and leave the phone up there when I get to the big downtown area. I'm sure I'll be crawling through there. I'll show you what that looks like. Should be lit up. Might be able to see it. So hopefully I'll be right back to you.